Joining us now to talk more about it, Ken Cuccinelli, former acting deputy secretary for the Department of Homeland Security. Great to see you, Ken. Good evening, and thanks for coming on. I want to get into this this issue of open borders, immigration, and all of it. The New York Post literally blasting President Biden for his open borders policy. I want to read this to you, saying in an editorial, quote, "The Biden team is unilaterally canceling U.S. agreements with El Salvador, Guatemala, and Honduras that helped rein in the surge of illegal crossers at the U.S.-Mexico border with no plan in place for what else to do. Driven by the open borders fringe and a hatred of Trump, the White House is inviting a crisis for which it will only have itself to blame." Your reaction to that?
I think they're dead on right. They hit it absolutely on the mark there, and we can all question motives for why to do this and other things, but the description of what's happening and the consequences is exactly right there. This is a disastrous set of, I won't even call them policies, they're unpolicies. They're undoing agreements with partner nations who have cooperated more fully and more effectively, and we with them, than ever before in our history. Talk about messing with what works. The only reason to do this is to open the floodgates to illegal entry. And as Tom Homan, you quoted Tom there, he said, why wait in line and obey the law if cheating pays? And this administration is making it clear not only does cheating and immigrating illegally pay, but you can commit crimes when you're here. Almost any crime you can now commit under the Biden administration, and they will not deport you. And they promise. And there's a campaign promise they seem interested in keeping.
I'll add, Ken, to that the headline of that: Biden team resurrecting Obama's open borders fiasco, just to put a pin on that. And when it comes to what's happening at the border right now, there was a rancher on Sean Hannity's show, really sort of describing the impact that it's had on him, because this isn't just about numbers or immigration or about statistics. This is about real people. Listen.
This is what's frustrating to me is the Biden administration, they're stopping the wall, in my opinion, to try to hurt Trump's legacy of securing the border, when in reality all it is doing is hurting the American people. And us, we see the effects of it immediately because we live and work right here on the border. With the 3/4 mile gap in it right now, we're a funnel. And so much of the illegal immigration in this area from El Paso to here is being funneled through this spot.
It's happening right there, Ken, and he's saying we live here, we work here, we feel the impact.
Yeah, and you got to feel for those folks who truly are on the front line, and their own government has truly thrown them under a bus. And it's a bus that's backing over them, pulling forward, backing over them. I mean, there's so many people coming through here now, literally numbers that we never saw since the crisis in May of 2019, because we fixed the problem. And the Biden administration quite intentionally doesn't want this problem fixed. People need to understand that. They want illegals here, presumably because they see some future political benefit from it. But the tragedies that are imposed on America, and on people like the person Sean was interviewing, and on the communities on the border and all the way into the United States, are going to be long-lasting and deep. And the people hurt the most across this country are the poor Americans, poor people at the bottom of the economic ladder, struggling to climb it, who are now being illegally dumped from their jobs for cheaper labor. And that's what's going to happen because of this.
And then you've got Press Secretary Jen Psaki talking about illegal immigration and deportations, basically saying, you know, DUI, assault, no, it's a crime, absolutely. But that doesn't mean that you should be up in the line to be deported.
Indeed, it does, actually. I mean, if you won't respect, forget the crossing illegally, if you won't respect our criminal laws, and DUIs, drunk drivers, kill more people intentionally than any other crime that I can think of, typically around 15,000 a year, more than any other crime, and that's not worthy of deportation, and those are the same people who repeat those offenses and hurt other people, eventually killing folks. And all of us live in communities where we can point to a story like that, where someone who wasn't deported killed people by drunk driving.
And we have told those stories on Fox News and Fox Business of the American families that have been impacted by those tragedies. And it is truly heartbreaking. Ken, great to see you tonight. Thank you.
It is heartbreaking. Thanks, Jackie. Good to be with you.
Good to be with you.
Thanks for watching the Heritage Foundation's YouTube channel. With more than 500,000 members, we are the nation's largest conservative research and education institution. We believe the principles and ideas of the American founding are worth conserving and renewing. Please help us further our mission by subscribing to this channel and sharing our videos with your family and friends.